for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Let's get to it. What is the hot topic that's going on YouTube or Instagram? Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. Thank you for all your love and support.
So let's listen to a most recent clip of Devon Franklin and Nick Cannon.
Two brothers that have had high-profile relationships, right, that ended in divorce. I am now someone who was part of an unsuccessful marriage, and I still have to keep it pushing, man.
Sure,
How did you deal with that?
I wouldn't say it was unsuccessful.
But it was, though. Sorry.
Exactly what it was designed to do. So that also was a perspective that I had to kind of learn as I went through my healing. I felt vulnerable, right? I felt like my belief system had been shaken. We did 4 months of pre-engagement counseling, then months of premarital counseling, and then counseling throughout.
And then wrote a book about it.
And see, I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all that?
Look, at heartbreak, it's really hope break. And what I mean by that is that in our heart, we hold hopes of what we want to see happen or what we believe will happen. When it comes to marriage, our heart hopes that this is going to last in the way that we intended when we said I do. When that doesn't work, the thing that suffers the most is our hope, you know?
So I told y'all that they had several rounds and several sessions of counseling. If you need that much counseling and then your marriage break up, it almost was like y'all was trying to make a car go that was already having concerns. And maybe they wanted to be their best selves. I'm not shading the counseling. It's just interesting. Two intelligent people. But right now she's dating Jonathan. And people are side-eyeing that. And it's a good thing. I'm happy that Devon Franklin is dating again. And hopefully something great will come out of that. Many people don't know who she is, but wishing him well. He's a pretty lighthearted, positive guy. And he looks for the good in people, and he tries to give positivity and different things like that. And he tries to uplift people. But what is it that you need that much counseling for? His friends that were on Empire, they're still together. And him and the guy almost look like brothers. They used to hang out and do date night and couples night. So they're still together. The couple from Empire that got married. But it's interesting. Couples go through things. And this is the one thing that my friend had mentioned. We're all brought up different. We have different outlooks on life. We have different family values. And if you're not whole and happy within yourself and you try and get somebody to be in a relationship that's not whole and happy within themselves, you're two unwhole, unhappy people trying to come together to try and make a relationship work. Knowledgeable. So I wish him well. Nick Cannon, I told y'all this. Nick Cannon does miss his relationship with Mariah. Every year, Nick talks about Mariah. They talk about on Wild 'N Out. He constantly talks about the relationship. And then he did on his podcast, he talked about how can I, as an African-American man, look to and support my community when sometimes I date outside my race. Ayana Van Zant had said, who you fall in love with doesn't mean that you don't have value for your community. Let me know in the comments, do y'all agree with that? You can fall in love with who you want to fall in love with. I said that yesterday. But being there for your culture and not choosing women of your culture, there is an issue there. Why are you not wanting to choose a beautiful African American? And I think one of his baby moms is of an African American descent. But right now he's with Bree. Bree is a whole situationship. He's now doing little skits with Bree. And she's so happy to have Nick by herself and to herself. But it's like if he keeps talking about Mariah, he just don't seem satisfied. And is he happy that he had all those children? Was he not thinking? That's the one thing too. Nick is in counseling. Nick Cannon says he goes to counseling almost 2 or 3 times a week. What are y'all talking about? Some people, I guess they don't have the wherewithal to be we look at Nick and he's so positive and lighthearted and so funny and so witted, but it's like you're going to counseling 2 or 3 times a week. And then who did I hear? I'll do another video on that. I'm not going to talk about that right now. But what was this? Every couple goes through something. When you come together as getting to know each other and date, you have to say, this is what I want. This is what I seek. I will not put up with lying, cheating. If you don't want to be together, just let me go. Some people don't want to do that. They want to hold on to you and still have their cake and eat it too. I'm wishing Nick well. Everybody goes through something. Everybody has something that they have to deal with, different feelings. He's brought all these children into this world, and I'm sure he's spread thin. As the older they get, he will have to decide, do I go to this basketball game? Do I go to this event? Because a lot of those events are after school, 5, 6, 7, or 8, so parents can be there. And, at times, the baby moms are going to have to hold up a camera. So he could be at one event and another event and maybe have 2 phones on him, 2 or 3 phones, if there's certain things that's going on. But there's going to be times where he's going to let some of those children down because he's going to be at one event more so than another. And the moms will have to hold up a tablet or a phone and say, you can see it, and you're there at that event, and you're there at this event, but well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know how you feel about Devon Franklin now dating. Congratulations. Let me know how you feel about Meagan dating Jonathan. And let me know how you feel about Nick in regards to all his counseling, what Devon Franklin said in regards to dating, and that they had so much counseling before, prior to the marriage, and during the marriage. Well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, everyone. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. And this is the biggest thing. Not downing their feelings. I'm not doing that. I'm happy that these are 2 men that's speaking out and telling us what they feel and how they feel. It's sad that there is no successful relationship behind that. Him and Meagan didn't stay together, and maybe they just grew apart. That happens too. Nick Cannon has how many baby mamas? 4 or 5? None of those women you wanted to settle down with, none of those women were Mariah. And he continues to talk about Mariah, that he almost wishes he could get her back. Mariah's not coming back. You have too many kids, and she's not going to stress her out in regards to all the children you have. And he says he spends a lot in child support. And after so many children, 10 or 11, I don't think you have to pay child support. Isn't that interesting that that child misses out because they were 10th or 11th child? Well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe.